This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch. Hello, my name's Harry Watko. Welcome to our program. Well, Pagasa says today we're going to hit 39.5. That's Celsius. Naku, napakainit. But whether it is the weather per se, or our politics, our government, or even our people, what is getting hotter? I don't seem to understand the many lists that keep coming out that hits the newspapers. Alam mo, the broadsheet, sinasabi nila, ang daming listahan. Lahat ngayon, nanunumbra na. Why? Is it because of the 2016 elections? Is it because we're trying to find out where the corruption leads? Trying to identify who's behind the corruption? If it's one thing the people do know, alam po natin lahat, nananakawan ang taong bayan. Now, ang pagnanakaw ngayon, hindi na thousand, million, ano? Ang tawag na po dyan, billion. It is no wonder that the grassroots suffer and infrastructure has been very absent in front of all of us. Now, while the economy grows, seemingly so, our billionaires are growing. Now, whether that's good or not for the country, you be the judge. The Economist, this international magazine, has changed its pace and measurement. It is no longer just the GDP or how much the economy is being growing by percentage points, but what they call values, people, happiness, the happiness measurement. Now, in our case, obviously, it's not just the heat, it's not just our politics, it's not just the government. Now, if we go back, how do we fix all of this and how do we begin to understand it? Ang tawag po dyan sana lang man, rule of law. Meron pa ba? If I'm not mistaken, the executive supremacy is all-encompassing, and now it's called the single, it's not just that triangle with equal sides. The tip of the triangle is called the executive, and everybody under it licks its ass or licks its fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, do we know what's going on? Do you know what's going on? That's going to be the center of our topic. But let's go into some details, and we'll try to bring some examples as to identifying what exactly, if we know what's going on. For example, yung mga Amerikano, pagdating dito, no, si President Obama dumating dito, pinirmahan ng EDCA. Hindi kaya bawal sa konstitusyon natin yan? Eh, alam naman ng buong mundo, ang mga batalyon ng mga Amerikano, pag gumapang sa dagat yan, alam naman natin, powered by nuclear yan eh. Hindi naman lalabas ng Amerika, mga Amerikano, sa mga dagat-dagatan nila, mga vessels na walang nuclear power. And yet, we look the other way, hindi. Parang wala lang yan. And yet, they are here. And we are trying to, or better yet, Malacanang supremacy is trying to rationalize their constitutionality. There we go. Again, a problem with what we call rule of law. But hang on, don't we have the Department of Injustice? I'm sorry, it's called justice. Again, rule of law. Mas mataas ata yung DOJ, yung ombudsman, kesa sa Supreme Court. Di ba dapat po pareho lang yung dalawa na yan? Pero alam ko natatakot na yung Supreme Court sa Malacanang eh. Parang ganun ang nangyayari eh. So, a lot of issues maybe should be answered, can be answered, or already understood. But what we don't seem to comprehend, how is it everyone's getting away with it? Just like Napoles, just like the pork barrel scam, tuloy ang saya. Ang nakawan ng kaban ng bayan ay walang tigil. Ladies and gentlemen, we have attorney Alan Padilla. He's a host on GNN, a political analyst, professor at law. We also have Pastor Boy Saicon, who's with the COPA, the Council of Philippine Affairs, who is also a political analyst, to talk to us about the many issues. Isa po dyan yung sa dagat-dagatan, hindi yung sa Malabon. Ang tawag po dyan, yung kalaban natin, yung China, yung bangayan dyan sa China at ang Pilipinas. Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for being on the show. Alan, are you okay? I was worried you won't be able to make the show. You were resting, recuperating. I'm glad you're in good form.
Yes.
I hope the heat outside does not come inside the studio and boil our blood and our sugars all over again. Parang ganun nangyayari. Every time I open the newspapers, hindi ko na kung ano tumataas. Altipresyon ko, sugar ko, kaba, di ba? Parang ganun. Pero alam ko, isa lang alam ko talaga, ang kaba ng bayan ay nanakaw na. Correct me if I'm wrong. Di ba? Ikaw, very quickly, what's your take on the issues, itong mga Napoles list ngayon? Sa dami, lahat na ngayon ng legislators natin, damay na. Actually, miski pala, si Butchabad, damay na. Susunod, lahat na sila eh. What happened to rule of law in our government?
Tama ka dyan, Harry. It can be reduced into one word. It's accountability. Nobody is being held accountable. Never mind the wrongdoing. People know already who has committed the wrongdoing. In the case of the Napoles list, the list is secondary. Napoles is an admitted and confessed wrongdoer. So, anything he says, she says, anything she lists would constitute probable cause because that would be an admission by a co-conspirator. Therefore, hindi na kailangan i-verify yan. Hindi na kailangan i-verify yan. It speaks for itself. Kaya nakakapagtaka na yung Secretary of Justice natin, ayaw ilabas yung listahan dahil i-verify pa daw. Hindi na. Yung palang nanggaling sa co-conspirator yung pag-amin, lahat ng sabihin niya, lahat na ituro niya, suspect na kagad.
But, Attorney, isn't Sil de Lima abogada, di ba?
Yes.
Pumasa po yan.
A very good one.
Pinag-aralan niyo po ang batas.
Yes.
At alam niya ang ginagawa niya dapat sa batas,
Yes.
sa poder ng batas. Why is she challenging the very rules she was upheld and sworn to?
Politics.
So the politics prevails over rule of law.
Tulad niya sinabi ni Mr. Saicon kanina, ni Boy, ang nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas, baliktad. Sa halip na yung politika ay sasang-ayon sa konstitusyon at sa batas, yung batas at ang konstitusyon ang pinapasang-ayon sa politika.
So baliktad na.
Correct, correct.
How long have we been sick like this? Na binaliktad. The politics prevails over... Wait. In our law, in our constitution, it's based on rule of law, correct?
Yes.
What the written word is based on the rule of law.
Yes.
But the practice is the other way around. And those who have these bad practices are people who studied law. Mga Department of Justice, even the Ombudsman, they're sitting on their ass, they're not doing anything. They're taking their time.
They're legal luminaries.
They're legal luminaries. I didn't want to say those words because how can you say luminaries when they're the first, it's the bastardization of the rule of law.
But you said it already, Harry. Malacanang was successful, very successful, in controlling the three branches of government. Unlike before, these are supposed to be co-equal with check and balances. But it controls now the Supreme Court, it controls now the legislative. So, they are now in the position of arrogance that they can dictate in the issue of the signing of the MOA.
You're talking of the EDCA, the MOA.
No, not the EDCA. First of the
The MOA
Bangsamoro.
AD.
The Bangsamoro.
The Bangsamoro, yes.
Yung ARMM was born out of a plebiscite and a referendum. Then before it was presented to Congress.
From the people,
From the people
to
to
Congress.
Congress.
Okay. Yan ang
Bago nila ni-ratify. Ba't ngayon pagkapirma, ipinasok sa Congress at saka ipakakain sa tao?
nga, baliktad
So,
na. Baliktad na.
Mukhang sabi ko, where is the voice of the people? Di ba?
But wasn't the MOA AD to begin with declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court?
No.
less the Supreme Court.
The MOA AD of Gloria in 2004
Yes, MOA of
was
Gloria.
the one declared, that one,
Illegal.
what they call the Bangsamoro juridical entity.
Yes, juridical entity. That's
Okay,
the
now,
one.
it was declared that. Now, it was the same MOA they signed today, but with a different name.
The Bangsamoro.
Now, but at the end of the day, they wanted this, no, to undergo a different channel of approval. Mag-a-adjust na naman. Now, Ngayon, nakita mo, hindi kumibo ang Supreme Court doon sa mga petitions na final. Kasi na-control na nila eh. Okay, so sinabi nila yung Congress, as urgent, sinabi ng Presidente, bilisan ninyo to conform with all the requirements so as that the people can vote on it. Baliktad na eh. Imbis na yung pagbotohan ng tao, tapos i-affirm ng Congress.
Hindi kaya yung mahina dito and the one responsible for the irregularities, the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court has weakened. It's not because of the authoritative powers of the executive, but we have an extremely weak Supreme Court kung kaya siya hawakan. Because if everything else fails, you're supposed to go to the Supreme Court. They're supposed to be the last bastion. Wala na after them, tapos na, the rule is absolute. Pero kung mahina ang Supreme Court, hindi kasi ibig sabihin malakas ang executive. Mahina ang Supreme Court. Hindi kaya?
Hindi.
I want a lawyer. I want a lawyer to answer
Kaya
it.
nga we asked Attorney Padilla to be here. Eh.
Kasi it's not a departmental classification that is important here. What our people should understand is that insofar as the wanting to control government is concerned, there are two sides. The one wanting to control and the one who is supposed to be controlled. Yung mga taong dapat i-control, limbawa, justice ka ng Supreme Court, in-appoint ka ng presidente, gusto kang kontrolin ng presidente, nasa sa iyo yun. Kung pagka in-appoint ka, tatanawin mong utang na loob sa kanya o tatanawin mong utang na loob sa taong bayan. Eh, nangyayari, tinatanaw na utang na loob dun sa nag-appoint eh. Yun ang nakikita ng taong bayan. Yun ang nagiging impression.
But Attorney, there's only 3 appointees out of 12 who have been there.
No,
that
I'm
are
not talking
independent.
of just the Supreme Court itself. It's the whole
In
government.
general.
Lahat yan. Ang tanong dyan, yung bang mga ginagawa nating abogado pagkagaling sa law school, yung bang ina-appoint natin, yung hinahalal natin sa gobyerno, yan ba'y may mga integridad na may paninindigan para sa taong bayan? Tulad ni Mr. Saicon, this is the first time I met him personally. But I know him to be a man of integrity. He takes risks standing up for what he believes.
Sumunod sa NBI yan
is in the best of the national interest. Itong mga taong kinakaharap natin, sila Alcala, itong mga cabinet members, tinuro na ni Napoles eh. Hindi pa, wala pa. Si Abad, tinuro na ni Napoles. Wala pa rin. Sila yung nagmagaling nun yung Hayat 10. Sila yun eh. Tapos ngayon sila ang tinuturo, tapos nagmamalinis sila. Yung buong Senado, lahat sila sabit nung dineclare ng Supreme Court na illegal yung pork barrel, sabit lahat. Kaya yung may listahan ka o wala kang listahan, listahan niya ng mastermind, sabit kayo lahat. Kaya yung hindi mo nilalabas yung master list, obstruction of justice yan. Katulad ng ginawa ni Nixon sa Watergate. Pinoprotektahan yung mga bata niya.
Kaya, Harry, ang natatakot ako, yung panahon umiinit ka mo, ang mamamayan, tinitingnan tuloy, anong klaseng sabi nga nila, hustisya meron sa ating bansa. Hustisya lang ba ito ng mga politiko at mayayaman? Paano kaming mahihirap na ninanakawan ninyo? Kasi bakit? Tama siya eh. Umamin na si Napoles. Pwede bang i-prosecute na muna natin si Napoles?
Oo, siya lang
and
muna.
then, let all the accomplices fall along the way.
As it comes along.
As it comes along. Pero, yung sasabihin mong, iintayin natin, imbestigahan lahat, matapos yan. Tapos na ang term ni President Pinoy. Walang mapoprosecute.
May magandang halimbawa. May president, boy.
Oo.
Yung Hello Garci.
Oo.
Sabi ni Chairman Brillantes, prescribed na daw.
Prescribed.
Nalaglag ako sa silya ko nung isang araw eh. Banner headline sa Philippine Star.
I read that.
Goodbye Garci daw. Hindi na daw mahahabol yung mga liable. Kasi nag-prescribe na after 5 years. Paano mangyayari yon? On March 6, 2007, I personally filed a verified complaint against Garciliano and Mrs. Arroyo with the COMELEC. I still have a copy. I followed it up the following year in 2008. I did not get any response. And now, after so many years, sasabihin ng chairman, na abogado pa naman nung dinaya ni FPJ. Nakakapagtaka. Nag-meeting pa kami personally nung bago siya ma-appoint. Tanong niya sa akin, tutulungan mo ba ako? Sabi ko, oo. Magmula noon, awa ng Diyos, Pagkatapos ng merienda namin, hindi na kami nagkita ulit. Wala na ako natanggap na tawag. But, I intend to follow up my complaint with them. Kasi, by insinuation, they're saying that kasama yata sa nasunog yun sa lumang building. Hindi pwede kasi final ko yun dun sa Law Department sa Palacio del Gobernador. At hindi pa yun. Nung nag-follow up ako noong 2008, inattach ko ulit yung complaint, pati yung mga ebidensya.
May kopya na naman yon.
May kopya. At ngayon, namimigay ngayon ako sa media ng kopya ng complaint. Imposible itong sinasabi ng COMELEC na wala na, nag-prescribe na. Post goodbye Garcia na, sabi ng Philippine Star. Yan ang malaking panlilinlang sa taong bayan.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to have to take a short break. Alam mo, that's all extremely revealing. What I don't understand, pag napakainit gaya nga dito sa studio, kahit tinanggal ko Amerikana ko patayin ba natin yung ilaw? Ganun ba ang solusyon yan? Pwede ba patayin yung gobyerno? Pwede ba patayin yung demokrasya? Pwede ba patayin yung rule of law? Hindi Kailangan umupo tayo dito, bumabad, pawisan, and to sacrifice and suffer. Maraming salamat po. Kayo kasi bumoto But don't go away. We'll be right back. We'll suffer a little more together.